Lucas been with you in practice, and how has he looked this week?
Well, in a very limited fashion, he did a little bit, and we'll see how he's feeling today, and that'll determine just how much he does out there.
Is it a pretty tall order for a guy to basically practice twice after a month layoff to get back out there?
Yeah, but I think he's been doing things in the return to play process. Yeah, certainly you'd like to have more practices under his belt, but if he feels like he can go, then we'll put him out there.
The Giants got a bunch of injury problems. Apparently, Wes said that Thibodeau is not going to play among some other guys. I don't know if that matters to you a whole lot, but maybe a little less angst with some others.
I mean, no, not at all. I think it's more, as you guys have seen, I mean, we have to take care of our own problems, our own business, and it's less about the opponent. It's more about like what we have to do to show improvement, and that's always the mindset. And hopefully, I think we've had a couple good days of practice, a good days of work, and now it's up to us to go out there and perform.
Josh kind of said the same thing yesterday. Is that been your message all week? Is just about us part of it?
I think that's the message every week. So I'm glad they're listening.
What have you seen at cornerback from Had and Melton in that regard, just because there would be next guys up if needed right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think both those guys have shown a tremendous amount of growth. Kamal certainly he's been practicing better. He's been a challenge to go against when he's given us looks on the show team, and then when he gets his ops with the defense, he's been doing a great job. And then same with Bo, and Bo's kind of been, double duty out there. So, but two guys that I think have shown a lot of growth over the course of the season, and if need be, and they need to go in there, we have a lot of confidence in them.
With Bo, where he's at in the meeting rooms, like throughout this week, has that changed at all?
That's always the challenge. That's why it's amazing to me if you ever see somebody that can do both. There's a level of detail that you need to cover within, whether you're playing corner. It doesn't matter what position, corner, receiver, it doesn't matter. But it takes a lot of time to get to that level of detail. Watching the tape, understanding the calls, there's adjustments. And so typically you need all that time devoted to one side of the ball. So it's pretty remarkable, I think, what he's been able to do. Now, granted, he's had a couple years at the receiver spot, so he's got I would say he's well-versed in our system that has allowed us a little bit of that flexibility.
Matt, other than Hobbs, who doesn't practice, is there anybody that you know is out this week?
Just Hobbs.
Matt, with Carrington, how have you kind of seen him step up and now being kind of be in that role, snap after snap, and really just kind of building, some of his comfort there?
Yeah, he's done an outstanding job, and it's not shocking to me. You talk about just the habits in practice, how important they are. Even we filmed some of our walkthroughs, and just how intentional he is about playing the right technique, making sure his eyes are on his assignments. He does a great job with that, shadowing people, visualizing, making plays, and then he goes out there on the practice field and does the same thing. So it's not really surprising to me that that's been able to translate to Sundays.
Matt, Jeff comes in here every week, and it doesn't matter if they gave him 40 points or 10, he has that same type of personality and upbeat. Just what have been your observations of him and how he has handled just, the day-to-day?
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a stud. I can't say enough great things about him. We're fortunate to have him. He's a great mind, like you mentioned. He's a great person, first and foremost, which is absolutely paramount if you want to be here. But he's super consistent in what he does. He holds a high standard, and he's a great football mind.
Obviously, you're going through a little rough patch here, but every team has done it. You've had some times too. Never mind the schematic part of it, but what's the key to turning around? I mean, you did it in 23, 22, and a couple other times as well.
Yeah, I think it's just, staying the course. And, you got to try to block everything out and really focus on you. And there's as much mindset and mentality to this as anything. And then I think the confidence comes from knowing you put in the work. And that's what our guys have handled this week, and that's what we've done. And so ultimately, like I said before, we got to go out and do it.
Good.
All right, guys. Thank you.